Here we are back at it again, day 2. I couldn't find what I was looking for. It's called transition for a floor, to go from one floor to another without it being, I didn't want it buckled. So I'm just going to go ahead and use some good old duct tape. Basically, I just want to seal the floor to down up in there, so if it gets wet here, it'll still flow down without going underneath the vinyl flooring. Is basically the objective of that. I didn't want to go underneath the van today. I really wasn't so much in the mood, but I'm gonna go ahead and take off this board. There's 2 screws underneath, one on each side, so I'm gonna go underneath, screw it, so I can drop the sink down up in there. And then put some, where is it? Put these brackets on there. I mean, not brackets, hinges. So I'm gonna put it here. The door is gonna go here, and then I'm just gonna lift it up when I'm ready to use it. All right, be back in a minute. Went ahead, unscrewed those 2 boards. So now the drain can fit comfortably in between the 2 brackets right there. So let's get at it. I'll be back. I got the door in position to where I want it, and I put the brackets in there just to see if everything is flush. It still is flush. This right here is the original covering. I'm going to use it. I'm not going to buy a new piece. And pretty much go over here so you'll just see the spine of the hinge, not so much the hinge itself. So I'm going to get started on that, and that'll be our next step. Be back in a minute. All right, we're back. So I got the hinges on there on both sides, underneath and on top, and it closes beautifully. Of course, it won't be this wide when it's the inside the van. It'll probably just be up against the doors like this, but this right here is more than enough. This is awesome. I'm loving it more and more each day. So I'm going to use this spray. This is what I've been using for the past 3 years. Adhesive spray that when I was doing the lining up there, this is the spray that I use. So I believe I used this when I put down this floor. So this is the original piece. I'm going to spray it and put it down there. All right, give me a minute. Well, because this bottom of this crate have all kind of indentation and around the drain, I had to build up the butyl tape in that dam right there. So put it there, and on the bottom, what I'm going to do right now is just put some water in there. 1, to clean it out. 2, to see if it leaks. Doing this with one hand because I still didn't charge up my batteries on my GoPro. So let's see. Let's just put a little bit in there. Pour that like that. Like that, like so. And goes down the drain wonderfully. And yep, look at that, spewing out the side. Okay, see how fast it drains. Oh, that's not bad. And it's dry. It's not leaking. It's not leaking, so we're good. The other thing, I guess another happy accident. I really didn't think about it, but if I ever have to remove the tub, this lays flat. The door on the hinge lays flat. And as you can see, I went in there and removed that board so the drain can fit between those two little boards right there. And it pops right back in there, just like that. Close it, boom, done. Love it. And if I ever have to remove that, it's just the one connector piece from the hose to the drain to the water tank. That's it, that's all. I'll fool with that later. It's out for delivery. I'm waiting for the 3/8 hose come from Amazon. I'll do that tomorrow because I really don't feel like getting underneath the van just yet. And two, oh, voice cracking. Two, because I have a water tank now, a gray tank, I'm going to move the cabinet where the sink is forward. So I have to unbolt it, move it forward, so I can unblock that hole that's down there, so I can just drain. I can put the hose through the hose, that hole in the floor that's already there, and bring it on back to the back. So that's tomorrow's plan. Until later. All right, take two. Now that I am full-time van life, there's changes that, or updates that has to be made to the van to accommodate living situation. And one of the upgrades is new to me. Okay. One of the upgrades that is new to me is a tank. Somebody gifted me a tank because they upgraded to a bigger tank, and this tank right here is the perfect size for me. So I'm gonna install a gray tank. Here is my guy welding a bracket for the gray tank. Should I say custom bracket, because as you can see, he's cobbling that thing and making it work. I tell you, this guy lives on the edge. You know, I shake my head and cringe when I see him work because he should be wearing gloves. That crap is hot, and he's handling it like, you know, it's an ice cube or something. Anyway, after everything was said and done, a day or two later, as I was trying to install the hoses, come to find out the tank was put in upside down. I'm going to start cutting on these wood slats to make the bamboo shower thing. So I cut this one piece, it's 10.5 inches. I'm going to fit it, and if this is the right measurement, which it should be, because I did measure like 4 times. Measure 4 times, cut once. So I'm going to measure, drop this in there, measure it, see if it fit. Then I'm just going to go ahead and cut the rest and assemble it later. Hey, this is day 3. Finishing up on the install of the, I guess, the shower pan. I need to put the, what is that thing? The hose. The hose came in on Sunday and it's Tuesday. Just didn't feel like getting to it. I had some editing to do and all that stuff, so I took Sunday off. This is the hose that came in that I was waiting for. It's 10 feet. I really hope it's long enough to go for or from the sink here all the way to the back. It's 10 feet. And what took so long, I could have started it yesterday. I did not want to unbolt this cabinet because it's bolted. It has L brackets here, L brackets on the other side, and it's there's a big old bolt of some sort in the wall, thick bolt, where the seat belt was originally attached to when I started stripping everything. Then I'm like, nah, let me hold on to this. Happy accident. It worked out perfect because I used that strap on the underside of this cabinet around one of the what do you call that, one of the shelves, and it's attached to the wall. So that's not, I mean, that don't budge, that don't go nowhere. I don't feel like unbolting anything, moving it out just to drill a hole closer to the sink. So what I'm going to do is, not so much out of laziness, out of convenience, work smarter, not harder. I mean, I don't feel like it. And then you're not going to see it, no way, because the garbage can is in the way. So I'm going to put the hole right here. I am going to move this, and I am going to drill the hole right in there and run it all the way across there, down there, and to the back. That's the game plan, because I don't feel like undoing that stuff. I really don't. So give me a minute, because it's going to take two hands to operate the drill. I got to get the right drill bit, the size for this 3/8. I believe I do have a very large drill bit. Other than that, I'd have to go and get a, what's that, step bit. You make the hole a little bit bigger at a time. So give me a minute, get started on that, and I'll get back to you. I made it to my guy's place because my Harbor Freight Special, it's a powerful drill to go through wood, but not enough for metal. I put this hole in there with my guy's drill, but I needed a bigger bit, so I got this bit here because the hose is 3/8. So, and I got this step up bit. So we're gonna see which one make this hole a little bit bigger, so I can, it's right in here, so I can shove that hose through here and run it that way. All right, give me a minute, I'll be back. All right, let's give this hose one more try. I think it's gonna work this time. So let's down, up in there, see that hole, a little tight. Let's shove that in there. Oh, is it? Where is it? Aha! There it is. There it is. Sweet. All right, well, all right, the hose went through there. I'm cool with that. I'm going to, let me get a step bit. I don't want to forget that. And forget this. This one, this here, is, much bigger than the one I have. This here, you see a huge difference. Anyway, and I know how you guys looking at my bed like, man, our bed is tore up. Every morning I take it off so it don't get, my sheets and stuff don't get dirty. So this is what it looks like. And then when I'm ready for bed, I put my sheets and stuff on there so it can be nice and fresh without sawdust and all that stuff on there. So That's why my bed is always tore up in the videos, because I unmake my bed in the morning until I'm finished with the build. Then I can make my bed. But right now, yuck. All right, first things first is now that we made the hole bigger, we double checked. We stuck the hose down in there. It fits nice and snug, but I don't want to shove it down in there and it scrapes up the side of the hose while I'm driving in the vibration. So I'm going to take this file, go around the sides of it, smooth it out a little bit, and shove the hose down up in there on one side, down on one side, shove the hose down in there, take it through the back there, and come up through the sink and connect it. That's the plan. Hopefully it's long enough. I'm telling you, I hope it's long enough, man. I ordered 10 feet. Excuse you for the closeness. Mwah, that was close. This don't look like 10 feet. This right here, it does not look like 10 feet. So I did buy an elbow connector or something like that from Ace Hardware. So I'm going to, I might possibly have to, well, I was going to take the elbow back, the L, because I don't need it. I might have to get that in another piece of hose and join it together. So I might end up exchanging it. So let's get started on this. Let's shove this down up in there. Down up in there. And then I need to, all this needs to be vacuumed so bad. Where's it at? He just went down there. Come on. There it is. Come on. I just had it there. All right. So, where is this? Let's do this. Make that a little bit smooth. Let me finish that, and I'll get back to you when I'm ready to connect the hose underneath the sink. I'll be back. All right, well, I wired, not wired. I fed the hose from the ground, from the hole as far down as I can get it, through this cabinet to this cabinet. You can see it right there maybe. And this is the strap that I was talking about that is bolted to the wall. So I would have to, and this is nice and tight even after 3 years of wiggle and jiggle. I would have to remove that, remove the L brackets. I did not want to unscrew everything. So this is the cabinet, my fresh tank, my gray tank. This is 3 gallons. This is 3.5 gallons. And I'm only upgrading because of the shower. And I was blessed with the gray tank. So it was meant to be. So time to upgrade that situation, because using the sink is that's all right, but now adding a shower to it, it's too much, just too much. So I need to remove this hose. It's gonna get yucky and messy. Remove this hose from here, pull it up. I just don't want to get splashed. There it is. All right, pull that up. And if I can use, where is it at, the 3/8 connectors, this connector right here, if it fit inside of here and then go on there, cool beans. Then I don't have to take it off of this piece here. Yep, by the way, this is a regular bowl, just a regular 10 by 10 salad bowl that I cut a hole in. Uh-oh, we're dripping. Cut a hole in and put that same sink on there, the same drain that I'm using for the back. And let's connect it so we can connect go underneath and connect it to the tank. Hopefully it is long enough. I got that little feeling that 10 feet is not enough, but we're going to do our best to make it work. Give me a minute. I'll be back. Well, we got the sink all together. Everything, the hose and the fittings and all of that. So I'm going to go in the back, put it down as far as it can go. That's, you know, close this up first of all. Put everything back up in there, close it, and go underneath and get the water tank together. So preferably it's long enough. I'm not gonna say let's cross our fingers and hope, but I do hope and pray it's long enough. Give me a minute, I'll be back. I don't know what I was thinking. I put the cabinet together. This is how it normally is when it's all said and done. This right here is my sink that I use on the outside, and everything is everything. But what I did not do was check these fittings to make sure there's no leaks. Oh my God, I'm tripping. I do that a lot. So that faucet up there, don't trip on the dishes. They're always in the sink. So the faucet is USB. I love it. I love that faucet. So let's hit the button and see if there's a leak. Turn that on. And where's it going? Going in the pot. That's up there. I don't want it in the pot. I want it to go. It's going in the pot. God dog it. Is it clogged up? Yep. Oh my. The sink is filling up. The sink is filling up. There's nothing coming down here. Why is that? Why is that? There's nothing in the sink. There's nothing in the sink. I mean, water. There's nothing clogging it. Why is there no water coming down the hose? Why something that should be just super simple is never super simple? Maybe because there's a kink? Let me see if there's a kink back there. Maybe that could be it. I don't know. Give me a minute. I'll be back. Alright, well, I straightened up the hose, and as soon as over here, as soon as I straightened that hose up, because it was a curly Q, it went straight down. But there was a whole bunch of water down up in here, and it drained so fast I couldn't see where it was leaking from. Let's give it a try. Turn that on. Where's it coming from? Oh, there it is. Aha. Yes. Yes. No drippage. It came from the pot. Awesome. It came from the pot. So it's a wrap down here. Let's close this up. It drains quite nicely. Let's close this up and let's go in the back of the van.